Okay, so this is part three. Part three, I am labeling the Museum of Freedom. So the goal here is to run down. Don't die on this cliff, which you can if you jump and you fall too far, you will die. But the damage that you take if you do fall doesn't matter too much as long as you don't die. Our goal is to get to the Museum of Freedom and trigger the Minutemen so that they come to Sanctuary. And that's for later in the game. But when we come through these backyards, we're going to want to grab this fertilizer. Sorry. Then we also need a plastic plate. So just run over here. You can just continue running through the backyards and take the bridge across. In the red rocket on the counter near the front, there's a plastic plate. We need the fertilizer and the plastic plate to make a drug called Jet. What Jet does is it slows down the game, and we need to slow down the game in order to abuse frames, which I'll show you in a moment. So grab your plastic plate from the front of the red rocket there, and then use their drug station in the back, the chem station, drug station. I'd make both. You only need one. You used to need more. Only need one now. And I make both to clean up my inventory generally. It also doesn't matter how many you make. You get stuck in an animation at the chem station, so you're going to have to wait there for a moment anyways. So we're going to run right in here to Concord. A couple of things to note here. The regular route would call for you to run all the way into the Museum of Freedom and ignore all of the raiders. I, however, like to kill these raiders near the front on my way in. You don't have to kill all of them, you can leave one of them. And the reason for that is once you get to the top of the Museum of Freedom, you're going to get the power armor and a minigun. You're going to jump down and you can actually land on the raiders, which will kill them. They'll die if you land on them with the power armor. Or just land really close to them. But in here is a sweep and clear, kill all the raiders as fast as you can. It doesn't super matter where you like to take your shots from. I like to kill the raider at the front door once I come in. Come to this computer and grab the bobby pins. We need the power core. So we'll just try and... Oh, here it is.
Got it.
But I know some others don't like to kill this raider until they get all the way to the second floor. The raider on the first floor. So we'll just come in here, kill these raiders. These two raiders should die in one shot no matter where you hit them. So you can shoot them pretty much anywhere. Some people kill this raider, then kill this raider. Then these two raiders. Make a quick save here. There's a spot you can stand near Sturges that will prevent Sturges from unmounting the computer, which will make this chat skip faster.
One good idea.
I'm not sure if I got it here, but you can...
There's a crashed vertibird up
You can
on
practice it. No. So I didn't get it, so I'm going to have to listen to his whole chat here.
I like it.
Just, it's a little bit faster, maybe a few seconds. And this is something called a chat log. So if I try and skip chat too much, or something, I've found that it's mostly when I'm trying to skip chat too much that it happens. If I'm spamming the key more frequently than the game needs it spammed in order to skip the chat, I'll have to wait the duration of what the conversation, the sentence or paragraph that person is saying before I can actually proceed. So once you're done skipping through the chat, we're going to go up to the roof. I've been told two different things about this. I've been told that without armor on, power armor is faster. I'm not 100% sure if it's accurate, but we strip the power armor get in it, grab the minigun. As I walk forward, a raider is going to appear on the roof, so I'm going to take him out. And then if I can land close enough, I'll kill that raider just by falling on them. Leave the power armor here. So we need to leave the power armor because we need to preserve our power core. Our power core is only about half full, and we're not going to get another power core. So just take these raiders out on your way down. Oh. An important thing to note, this raider up here in this room, if you can, try and take him out. If you don't, he can be quite time consuming. So just spray down the death claw, try and be as accurate as you can. A lot of the runners at this point will continue to use the minigun to take out the remaining raiders. I prefer to switch to the pistol. I feel faster with it. You don't have to charge up the pistol to shoot, but that raider, if you don't take him out, you'll have to come upstairs half the time to kill him, and most of the time he'll peek his head out, just out from cover here, and you can kill him. So one of the raiders is going for a smoke break. This is pretty common for me. Oh, he just, you know, he's on break. So we warp back to the Museum of Freedom because we don't time loads, so this saves us time. And we're going to set up another glitch in the Museum of Freedom. We need our pistol out, so you can switch to your pistol now or once you get into the museum, or even after you're done talking to Preston. I have my pistol out because I switched to it to finish off the raiders. And we're just going to go over, we're going to talk to Preston.
Feelings neutral.
So this is going to trigger the Minutemen to move to Sanctuary, which we're going to need later.
Anytime.
Because we will need an ally between the Railroad, the Minutemen, and
tell me.
The Brotherhood in order to get into the Institute.
Please tell me where he...
And because the Railroad is on the way and gets us power, or rather, the Minutemen are on the way and get us power armor,
It's gonna kill you.
Shush, Preston.
we do
We're
them.
gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the site.
So now that I'm done this conversation with them, I'm going to need to hotkey my jet. So I'm going to go over to my aid, hotkey my jet. I do it on 7
He's gonna need it too.
because I need it.
Let's get going.
So I need the extra frames
All right, folks.
in order to do the next glitch.
It's safe to move out.
What I do here is I come up to cover.
Sanctuary.
My gun's aimed down like that. That's because I'm behind cover. I lean out from behind cover. While holding down my sights, I'm also going to hold down the button to change into third person.
Hold on.
Then I'm going to let go of my sights.
Take it easy. We're all in this together.
So I have now started something called cover sliding. So
Anybody?
if I change back into first person, it'll take me right back over to this pole.
Come on, June. It's time to go.
So I'm just going to set that up again. Now, once I change load screens, so now that I'm in the overworld map, when I change back into first person, the game wants to move me to that position, to that pole where I was, but that pole doesn't exist, so instead it's going to move me towards the origin point of the map. And Bubbles has a more in-depth glitch guide that probably will explain this better. But I'm going to use that to try and get to green tech. So my goal here is to aim somewhere about here. I have a hard time recreating this perfectly every time, but through trial and error and practice, I'm sure you can come up with something consistent. I'm going to use my jet. So it's hotkey to 7. I'm going to hit 7. I'm going to jump. Then near the peak of my jump, I'm going to start spamming my Pip-Boy. So my Pip-Boy is going to take me in and out of first person. because when you open up your Pip-Boy, you actually go into first person. So that's going to give me that, that sort of boost that moved me back to the pole, that same kind of boost. But instead, the boost is going to be taking me towards the origin point of the overworld map, because that point doesn't exist, which is 0, 0. It's near Green Tech. I believe it's just over the water, actually, so it's possible for you to go past Green Tech and land in the water, which is unfortunate, but it's a rare case. And I'm just going to continue to spam my Pip-Boy as often as possible. I'm going to make a quick save here. This could fail horribly. We'll find out. So we're just going to keep spamming into our Pip-Boy. So a more consistent way to do this is to just hit tab as soon as your load stops instead of spamming. I haven't done too much practice with that, but if you have fast reflexes and want to do that, that'll be a better way to learn how to do this for sure. Pro Tips by Core Static HD. He's another runner. So all of this shouldn't be timed because this all counts as a load screen, which means that we're going to move about half of the entire wasteland and not have any time added to our run. Okay, so we landed over here in front of Green Tech. At this point, once I trigger Green Tech, I generally level up. So the two things you're going to want are Gunslinger. This is going to make your pistol do more damage. And Action Point. This is going to make your action points regenerate faster. We want our pistol to do more damage because we're going to use it pretty consistently for all of our fighting. And Action Point, obviously, we want more action points so that we can go fast. And that'll be it for this part. And I will see you on part 4.